think I took too long of a break because it was a rough start today, man. I've been my Ramatra on my alt has like an 80% win rate right now, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. But started off 0-3 today, and then I won 3 straight, so I'm basically 0-0. I'll take it.
It's one day, you know. It's one day.
Yeah.
You know how it goes. One day.
I'm
Like,
ready
I mean,
to grind like super hard this season.
all right, sounds good.
Put a lot of games in.
Yeah, one day is one day. I mean, honestly, even like seasons can have dips. You know, go through something personal, have some health issues, losing some confidence. Meta's a hero that you're not as good at. You know,
I've kind of been spending more time coaching one of my IRL friends and like playing with him because I don't have any friends that play this game. No, apparently no one likes this game but me. But you know, it's all good. I got him up to master, so
nice dude. Nice dude. Yeah, this game is like the rep that all like the Zoomers like, oh, you play Overwatch, and you're like, have you played Overwatch? Well,
I don't get
no.
it.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
And, your opinion definitely matters. Yeah. No, I get it. It sucks. Okay, where we got a code for me?
Yeah, I'm getting it. 1 second.
Right on.
Wish I would have got an hour session. I'm gonna have to do that next time.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
You can skip my first 2 lives on Winston and I switched to I absolutely said.
Alright, so that would be that. And then just so go right to D.Va then. This is good?
I really struggle on this map. This is probably one of the only dive maps I really just suck.
Okay, well we can take a look. Oh, good comp. It's a good D.Va comp for sure. Lots to eat, you know. Lots to contest, lots to mark, a lot of dive targets, a lot of mark targets. Let's just take a look. I mean, that's kind of a troll, you know.
That's it. It's
not the play itself, but like the missiles kind of need to hit, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So just chill with it a little bit, you know. There's not like a huge rush either because you know you're gonna be flashing Matrix at least, you know. So it's like there's no huge rush here. Because, I mean, you use half of your Matrix, right? So it's not like you need to get the missiles going the second you get up here, right? So just get up there, shoot, honestly, even take a wee bit of damage first, and then, you know, let the Matrix, or let the missiles go. Nice. That'll do. That's much better with the missiles. Much better patience. Yeah, I mean, good. Not a lot to say there.
Yeah, I think second point is really where I get kind of lost. So much space.
This is troll though. Get off of cart. You know they're gonna recontest, so here's what you do. You do one of two things.
Hold the corner there.
Yeah. You either hold a corner or you basically shoot here just to basically try to like absorb some cooldowns, bait some attention to kind of delay their touch, right? I think holding corner is probably the best bet though, but you should be able to stuff this guy's like face. Like you should hear him, predict where he's gonna go, and just light him up before he even goes. This is like super lazy. This guy should be like literally already dead. Yep. Nice. Nice. I mean, they're cooked. Yeah, this is pretty reasonable. The only thing I'd say is just getting off of cart. Nothing super major.
Yeah. I'm kind of mad I didn't grind on this account because I'd be top 50 right now, even though it doesn't mean anything. It'd still be cool to.
Yeah, you'd at least have the number. Right. So I actually think so. Like, okay, so basically, here's how you play this map. All right. You dive high ground when you actually have a good reason to dive high ground. So in other words, if you like see your tracer like going in for a push up here, dive with her. If you have like if they on and like nanos you and you go up there, dive with it, you know. But really, besides that, the strength of D.Va is just that it's literally right. They cannot get you off of cart. You take no damage. It's the same thing on Gibraltar. It's the same thing to an extent on Route 66 second. It's the same thing on Eichenwald second, right? Like you just push cart, 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 dive cart when you dive top when you have to. Like if you play your cards right, you only have to win one fight on second to win it. Like what you're doing right now is fine. What I would do is just look at your backline and be like, okay, they're not diving. So then therefore I don't really need to worry about doing anything besides marking Winston and trying to avoid taking too much damage. Like your problem here is you don't know where your supports are. You don't really know what your team is doing right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the problem here. You just back to the corner here, shoot this Winston, he's going to have to leave. Right? And you save yourself 60, 70, 80, 100 armor, right? So then you push cart more. Like this is fine, but you're already overstaying your welcome.
Right.
If they over peak, you boostered them, you matrix, you bump them back, and then you drop right back to cart. Good, great eat on the stickies. Send her out, and then drop. You've done your job. You got me?
Yep.
So you kind of do it, but it's like the margin. It's just a little late, right? It's just not perfect.
Gotcha.
This is good. This is really good. She's out again. But like here, it's like honestly, like if your brig dies, she dies.
Yeah.
You know, if she dies, she dies, or whatever that movie quote is. You know, like it's not your responsibility. Just push cart further. Push cart further, push cart further, push cart further. Don't stagger yourself.
I got body block.
Ah! You see, but you shouldn't have even been up there, right? You shouldn't have even been up there.
No. For sure.
Okay, let's keep going. But that's actually like a really like important escort hack to know, essentially. Just push cart. Just push cart.
I just get too antsy to do damage. That's
Yeah. Because you're doing a really good job eating the stickies, you know, not taking sojourn rails, you know, like you're not bleeding damage on the cart. Because even here, like, right? This is cute. This is cool, but you're gone. You're gone. Like it's like that extra half a second. It's just like totally meaningless, right?
There's nobody that can shoot really. So.
Right. That's one of the few nice things about like the escorts is that the high ground sometimes can be hard to leverage, right? Good. Get out. And if you think about it, between this fight and the previous fight, this cart should be here.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right? Or even here. And then once you make the key thing is like once you break a certain point and get it to like here, then you can rotate this side and play with your backline over here, and you guys can take a fight out here, which if you guys can do that, you're cooking, right? It's actually really important that you get it to here so that then you can take the rotation and fight on this side of the map. You guys, you see, kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's like actually okay. So here's the funny thing is like people always talk about like how do you play push, how do you play like flashpoint, all that kind of stuff. And I actually think that like people don't talk enough about escort. I actually think it's like one of the most unique game modes in the fact that like you kind of need to know how to play escort, especially on some of these second points. Again, here it's just it's meaningless. This is meaningless. What I want you to be doing instead is react to pressure, right? You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you do this when they peak to boop them back so that they stop shooting you and your team. You are totally by yourself right now, wasting resources when really you should just be getting the echo off of cart sooner so that you could push cart more. So I'm not gonna like repeat myself too much more. I'm just gonna basically like call out when I see it. This is honestly okay. I actually think it's all right to go for that because at least, you know, it's not, it's just the Ana, right? This is fine. Whew. Yeah. And now you guys are cooking. Cart's moved. Like I said, when there's the split isolated target and high ground by themselves, then yeah, it's totally fine to go for it. It's when they're stacked as a group, that's when you just take the L, you know? Same thing with these micro missiles. It's happened 3 times now, 4 times.
I gotta work on my tree.
You gotta work on it. Yeah, for sure. There's somebody still in your spawn, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
And somebody was missing. I was like, there's somebody's in your spawn.
And he killed the brig.
I mean, it happens. I mean, if it keeps happening, it's a problem for concern. But I don't think it's gonna keep happening. Choose your battles, you know. Ah, you're feeding. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. Like, it's a little bit less an extent in third point because the high ground's more accessible for your team. But like, you really don't worry about diving high ground until when?
when my team's ready.
Right, and when is your team going to be ready?
When Tracer's probably gonna set up top.
Sure,
And,
sure. Also, cart, right? Like cart gets like here, then we got.
Yeah, I'm pushing it for free, so.
Right, there's like nothing happening, so it's like you see Winston and you're like, all right, let's chase this guy. Come on, you know this guy's not gonna die, right? You know he's not gonna die, right? Yeah. So that's a free bomb gone. And even here just is overextending too, right? Like you're still getting free cart push. If anything, just hold the corner, shoot the Winston. Don't peek this corner. Make them peek you first. Like it's the same thing on second point. Like if you're gonna push backline, do it as a response to them actually taking space, right? Or peeking you. These guys aren't doing anything. Let the Echo fly forward for 1, 2, right there, and then deal with her, right? You're giving her somebody to shoot for free. Like that's a responsive fly, right? That's fine. It's fine. Again, don't overextend on that. Nice. Should be okay. Nice, very good. See, that Winston made the same mistake you did, where I know he's nanoed, but he's like, oh, I gotta get value, I gotta push, but his backline's totally out of that fight, right? So he's way overextended. Again, just stuff. Don't peek, just stuff. Yes. Yes, just stuff. Keep stuffing. Keep stuffing. I think obviously like playing your life here would have been better, but the theory of what you were doing was fine. Let's put it that way. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, we might even have time to do more than one code because I think your problems are pretty myopic. Just straightforward, kind of overextending, forcing pressure when you can just leverage the payload, play around your team's positioning, and then the micro missiles thing. Yeah, let's keep going. Exceptions to the rule. Always exceptions to the rule, right? That's one of them. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Who invited the rookie, she says. That's funny. I haven't heard that. D.Va has decent voice lines sometimes. Sometimes super cringe.
Yeah. Probably not worth going for that. 2 healers there.
I don't know. I think like it's really hard to judge these things. You don't want to like you're like thinking I want to kind of spook the Widow, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna get slept. I don't think I have the damage to kill the Widow through the Matrix, right? So yeah, I don't know. I would say like I don't think anything egregiously wrong with what I saw there. Let's just put it that way. Yes. I mean, again, I don't think that was a mistake. It was like so close, you know?
This bomb was definitely a throw. I just gotta use it to remag. Stop trying to kills.
Yeah, there's that. I was gonna say, I really hope you don't throw this bomb. Because you don't have anyone to throw it on.
Surely not.
Oh, no, you're dead to the Widow. I knew it! I called it! I called it, you know? Yeah, just hold space. Like, here's what you're thinking. So, I just coached a Widow literally 3 days ago on this map. And they actually lost. They got a full hold in first point because the Widow kept zoning cart, but the D.Va kept stalling. And the weird thing about it is, like, your team's sightlines here are, like, super limited, but they're really powerful for what they can see. So if you could play really well around cart and matrix the stickies, matrix like javelin or nade or sleep or whatever, you can live a long time here. Long time, right? So yeah, that bomb was throw. Okay. Now the funny thing here is I would consider starting here if I were you. Easier to jump on them, right? Because you need to get on top of these sons of a guns, right? Like otherwise this is going to feel pretty rough. And I think you realize that, but you realize it a little too late. So just staging up closer tight just to choke them out faster.
If I was there, I could have killed the Echo.
Yeah. I mean, even without the killing, it doesn't take you guys, you know, 5 or 6 extra seconds to clear that high ground. Because like, think about how many more extra shots that Widow was able to take, right? Because you were too late to get there. And then once you're here, you have to kind of find the balance. I mean, this is legitimately hard because what are your priorities here, right? You got a lot of options, right?
Yeah.
So what can you do? Give me 3 things that you can do. 4 things. 4 things.
Can stop the Echo from getting on backline.
Stop Echo contesting high ground.
Contest cart and kind of juggle that.
Stop cart.
Progress. 4 things. I actually don't know what else.
Dive Ana. Dive Widow.
Really? I would be kind of scared to do that.
Well, the thing is with all 4 of these things is it's contextual, right?
Yeah.
When do you contest Echo and high?
When he uses his shift to go in.
Sure. If you don't know the status of his stickies, right? That's a big one. If he uses his shift to contest top, sure, that's a big one. Okay. When do you stop cart?
Probably after he's used that. Just touch it, and then go fly back up.
Sure. How about this? You're kind of at a point in time right now where if you let the cart go any further, we're looking at 1 fight, right? So that should be something to consider. When do you dive Widow?
Use his grapple.
Yep. When do you dive Ana?
No sleep.
No sleep, no nade. Yeah, exactly. So you don't. I would look at it this way. I don't think you know which play you're going to go for, but you know these are all options, and so just listen. You get me? So like maybe right here. Okay, there's stickies. What should you do right now?
Drop cart.
Drop cart. Right. Immediately drop cart. So immediately drop cart. Your team is safe, and then listen. If you hear sleep dart, if you hear nade, there you go. Right? Because now you've dropped a cart, you stall a cart, and you're also in a good position to dive back if you hear those cooldowns. Now let's actually see. She's got both. Okay, so let's see what we do. Good. There's sleep, but you're prioritizing Orisa. Because, why? Obviously.
Yeah, use cooldown.
So she's feeding, right? She's feeding. So there's Nano. Use your spider sense here. What should you do?
Jump after the Ana.
Jump back to the Ana, or?
I don't know if the Echo's assuming.
Yeah, see? Yeah, you see, that's it. You're assuming, and I think that's a good assumption to make. Now, I would also probably flash my Matrix one more time to the soldiers to buy a little bit of time, maybe. But yeah, you need to assume that this Echo is probably dive bombing your high ground, or is about to dive bomb your high ground. You got me? Yeah. Nice. I mean, it's all right. It's still gonna work. That was good. I think you should be reasonably pleased with this play. The only thing that kind of sucks is their Widow that makes a really heads up play. Check this out. So as soon as you drop the cart, she immediately hard flanks. You see that? Disgusting. So you lost this fight, but the Widow just like actually like hit something crazy. I think you should be pleased with how you played that fight. Like you could see, like you did everything right, you still lost. Well, that's why. Right? Yeah. Good job.
Can't win them all.
You can't win them all. Yep.
Oh God, we might need to go to another code.
Yeah, I don't really think this is. I don't think this is the play, to be honest with you, because like you're
I thought the Orisa was the problem, but it was just
no, you're thinking like a plat, right? Respectfully,
yeah.
like the risk is not the problem at all. Like the DPS are the problem, right? And to be fair, I think you've done a fairly decent job of controlling them, and then you go to the character that can't control their DPS at all. And I assume you lost this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Badly.
Okay. Next code.
Yep. You grab it.
No, the Orisa is just a spectator. She did jack all.
Yeah, I just on my main, I just get tilted so fast, bro. Like just chill.
Well, you've got something to lose, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You've got a SAR to lose. You're married to that almost top 50, right? But it's stupid. Yeah. It's stupid. Got to be willing to lose to willing to gain. You know. And sometimes, I mean, I have this with like my content creation or with my injuries or whatever. I'm always like every single time like something negative happens, I'm always like But at some point I was like, this was like several months ago. I was like, it's gonna be up and downs constantly. You'd think at some point I would just recognize that and not get worried when I hit it down. At some point you have to be like, okay, this has happened for the 10th, 20th, 40th time in my Overwatch career. Surely this is not going to panic me like it did last time,
Yeah, I need to start streaming so I can just be a budget Samito raging.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the way to do it. Channel
skip to the
D.Va Ram. So you just want to look at the D.Va in second point? Or first?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
The last point.
Yeah, makes sense.
It was tough playing Ram into their
yeah, it's like a lot of spam, and besides the Ana, it's kind of hard to punch stuff,
Is Torb really like good now or something? Because I've seen
his fire rate.
Torb, bro. I can't
okay, so yeah, the fire rate is a big deal. The turret is like garbage, but his fire rate is like actually pretty crazy. If you haven't tested it out at a practice range, I'd test it out because you'll like on overload, you're like, whoa, like it's fast, it's real fast.
I didn't even think about because I was thinking like 0.07. That's not that much, but
it's all about percentages, though. Yeah. 0.077 to 0.065. That's like already like a 7 point whatever percentage increase. I don't remember what the exact numbers were, but it's like a 10% increase, 15% increase. So it's noticeable. Okay, let's take a look. So as always with D.Va, there's always like nuance. Like you could peel off versus Doom. You need to kind of worry about Torb, worry about Ana, Sojourn. I imagine you're gonna be playing more like proactive versus this, but yeah, like trading with Doom and such. This is like probably fine. Little bit greedy.
Don't booster.
Yeah, I think just a little bit greedy here because you want to be able to immediately grab the mega, So just be careful. Just be careful here. I think you have enough matrix where you'll be okay. And you do win the cooldown trade. It was a little spooky,
Yeah, I got close.
Now this actually feels a little scary to me. I don't know. Did you see Sojourn slide? What did you see here? Oh, you did see Sojourn slide. Okay. Because I'm like, yo, you got 450 HP and no matrix, but I guess, just be careful. If those supports are better, I think she lives, and I think you might have been punished. Just be careful. Okay. Yeah. Remember, it's just like Tracer, right? How many resources you have depends on how aggressive you can go. So if I look at this here, even if I see shift, I might wait like an extra second before I go. Get around 500 HP, half matrix, and go for the same play. If that makes sense. I know you're thinking, oh, I gotta go, but there's a risk with that decision. Missiles haven't been too bad, so maybe it's just something that was had a little bit of a rough game. It's not been so bad so far.
Yeah, I started so bad today, and then I ended pretty good.
Yeah, it looks alright. I would not be scared to booster here. Okay. Because it's always a question of this or that. If you don't booster, what do you have to use?
More matrix.
More matrix, more HP, right? So it's like, would you prefer to boost her boop then go back and just like keep your resources and get her off of high faster? I probably would say yes. I don't know how you feel about that.
Okay, yeah, no.
I think probably better to just get her off guaranteed, rather than like potentially lose like all your matrix maybe. And honestly, there's no guarantee that matrix is gonna get her off either, right? Because like you're gonna have to shoot her, and you know if your Genji's not with you, she's not gonna clear. So. No way.
Dude, I was so mad. I'm like, how? Like, I was. Should have been back a little bit. Oh, come on. That's on me.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No, there it is, there it is, there it is. Because you go from matrixing Genji to matrixing Ana, and then she catches the frame before you get it on her. Check it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right there, you see that?
Yep.
Is that because you didn't know where she was? I assume that's the case.
I gotta see.
I don't think you knew where she was.
I knew she was there. I knew she was there, but I don't think I
knew exactly where.
When I dropped, yeah. See, I didn't see her.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's the other thing you got to keep in mind as well. I'm fairly certain he hammers faster too. So
he did.
Yeah. So you know you take the L with that one. Nice. Oh, scary. Nice. Yeah, I think mostly okay. I'm honestly kind of surprised you didn't bomb.
Yeah, wait. Well, I thought it was.
No. You're right. You're right. I didn't realize your echo is in spawn as well. No, I think this is the right play. And you get a Sojourn rolled out for it too. Okay, yeah. This is good. You know, this looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. You know, obviously the previous round was a lot messier, maybe due to your map, like knowing how to play that matchup. But this has been okay. So this has been pretty good so far. I mean, that's sloppy, but.
I was wanting my team to walk in, but I didn't know like.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Well, you tell me. What's the solution here?
I mean the Doom's all in, and since they're not just gonna walk forward into spam, I guess go towards him because I can't really kill anybody there in front of me.
There's another solution. This one's trickier, but I want you to use what you learned about Escort, apply it to KOTH, because you can't peel the Doom necessarily. I mean, it might work, but you take a lot of damage, right? You can't dive the backline even with bomb because you just die. So what could you do?
Try and force cart.
Yes. Yes. Preserve your HP as much as you can. This is why I was so ticked about taking the poke here. Get to Mega, flash your Matrix, fly to here. Then drop her on cart. What's the problem with them chasing you to point?
There's going to be less pressure on the choke.
And who's going to drop to chase you to point? Just predict. Torb or Sojourn. So then what does that mean for when you fly out of point? Who's isolated now? Supports. You get what I'm saying? So you don't even necessarily need to fight them on point. Not only is it about the less spam, but when they start to chase you, they end up isolating themselves for you to actually dive. And then if you fly back out here with supports, now you have a much safer remech bomb.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So remember, you have mobility. Use it. That's why Tracer is such a good cart bot. This is like the irony about like Overwatch 2 at a really high level. Tracer's not at all a cart bot for lower ranks, right? Like you never think about it like that. But your ability to like move around the map and just take positions and leverage pressure anywhere is really helpful with the objective. So if you go to point here, if you have the HP for it and the bomb, you're going to win this fight. You're going to win this fight. You see what I'm saying? Because you're also, by going to point, how are they going to contest you in point? At what range are they going to play?
Up within.
Right.
Damage.
Up in your grill, right? They're going to have to close the distance to you. So that's exactly what you want them to do. I mean, it's the same thing about like how you were like struggling to deal with them on high ground until you played underneath their high ground on Dorado. They dropped a contest point. All of a sudden, they're getting nuked. Remember that? That's kind of what you want to do here. Because like here, you're playing cover well, and you're controlling their backline, but it feels terrible, right? Just leverage point, leverage cart. It's fine. It's good. It's good play. I mean, that's the nice thing about Bomb is like, in theory, if you play it relatively well, you can live longer than a Doomfist can, right?
Yeah.
Just waste. So eventually, by the time you die or getting close to death, he's already died. Case in point, right? So, because you're both basically playing the same game. How long can we contest the enemy backline? The difference is you're on a timer. He's not. Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't chase Winston. If he's there, shoot him. If he's not, it's fine. Yep. Yeah, brilliant. That's exactly what you needed to do. Do you play as D.Va here too? Oof. That's a tough one.
I think I switched Ram and Troll, but
Okay. Well, at least we can look a little bit. Here's what I would do. All right, hear me out. Drop booster on Sojourn. But what's your mentality when you booster on Sojourn? What are you doing it for?
force slide.
Right. And
make them turn to look at me.
Right. I think this is where you kind of like, you know, you don't have the teeth of a Winston dive, right?
Yeah.
But you have the survivability that Winston doesn't. So if you drop H here, fly on her, force her to slide this direction, turn attention your way, just drop again, right? Okay. Then fly back and maybe the Ryan's isolated, right? Because the thing is like, you could shoot Ryan, right? You could shoot anybody, but it's like, you need to kind of try to leverage your mobility to kind of pull them apart and then try to isolate somebody, if that makes any sense. This is just going to feel really, really bad, right? Because even here, it's like, if anything here, fly off this direction, stage dive, again, same kind of thing. Sojourn, BAP, whatever. Or even start to leverage cart, pull somebody to cart, now they've isolated themselves, and go high ground. Now, you look what you've done, you've maybe start to say cart too. But you see what I'm saying, right? Like, there you go. Nah, no blind missiles. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem here is that you just didn't see the Sojourn, right? You just didn't see the Sojourn. But this is still good, right? Like look at the Rhine now. Total isolation, and like what are your risk? What's your death risk here, right? Like percentage wise, you know what I'm saying? Like basically 0, right? You can even keep staying here. I don't know that I would use boosters here. You got a little bit impatient. I would just drop and then maybe fly up and do it again, because you're losing a lot of HP boostering on that Rhine. But look at how you're boostering on that Rhine, right? Watch. Let me get a good frame here.
Everyone's shooting me in the back. Right.
This is what we wanted to see right here. It's like right through it, right? Very direct. So kind of the right idea towards the end. Poor execution. Oh no!
Yep.
You lost her. I mean, I get it. I get it. It was worth the play. Okay.
I thought my booster would just hit 25 HP killer, but I don't know how much.
That's tragic. That's tragic. Okay. It felt like more of a niche review today, but it was fun. So, D.Va, Escort, Cart, Playstyle, basically looking for punish opportunities, isolated stuff, but no real rush, basically, would be the way I look at it. And then leveraging mobility for objective. Never dive options aren't available. Make sense?
Yep.
Micro missiles blindly occasionally. It wasn't a consistent issue, but it was a couple of times I just need to kind of keep a look at. Like I said, definitely kind of a niche review, but I think
I mean, the main thing is pretty much every map you coach me on, I get significantly better at. So the main thing was just Dorado. So
sure. Okay. Good.
That.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And remember, the Busan thing was it wasn't just about like leveraging point because you have mobility, but it's also about leveraging point to get them closer to you. You know, and so then you could then either take the close range 1v1 or then fly away from them. Hi, you've lost space. I've wasted your time. Nah, boo boo. Right? Basically, it's kind of what you're doing there. So, okay. No questions?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
Sure.
Have you coached the new game mode at all? Because that's probably what I'll do next time.
Yes, in a review twice, but I've not sat a long time thinking about like what playstyle changes are with it. I don't think there's anything major.
I feel like slow characters are just
I would agree with that.
Unplayable. Like
I would agree with that.
The universe.
Here's what I feel like with slow characters. It's more map dependent because there's like points in New Junk City where it's like really wide open. But it definitely feels like more like if you don't win the first fight, you don't retake. Basically. Yeah. That's kind of how it is. It's like a high risk, high reward play where like if you can bunker up and control sightlines, you're really good on some points. But then if you don't win those fights, then you're not retaking really. That's the way I would look at it. And obviously in ranked, it's going to feel terrible because people are going to be getting a spawn camp and crap like that. There's not going to be a lot you're going to be doing about it.
They're not going to put that in playoffs, right?
Yes, I think they will be.
What?
Yeah, I think that's the play. I don't know if it's going to be live this coming weekend, but I believe it will be in playoffs. I believe. I had a discussion with Giska and Tactical Crouch guys, the Overwatch League guys. I forget what the conclusion was, honestly, but yeah, something like that. So I can coach you playing on it. I wouldn't if I would be looking for like a crash course how to play it. Probably not ready for that one yet.
Yeah, no, I'll wait till like you've reviewed some pro gameplay and stuff.
Okay, sounds good. All right, mate. Well, good luck with your practice.